All right, the Audibles crew is with us, presented by Ortho Arizona. We appreciate Ortho Arizona and their support jumping on board with us. We have Zach Elvira with the Tribune, East Valley Tribune, getting the job done, patrolling sidelines, and of course, Eric Sorensen, his weekly popular zone read. Zach, let's just start with you on this one, and that is Saguaro. How many losses does it take for Saguaro to be eliminated from the conversation of being in the open? Or, Brad, they could lose 4, they could lose 5, may not see it. It's still Saguaro. So let's go there because they have 3 losses now.
Yeah, I really think that looking at the rest of their schedule, I know they have Desert Edge, they're at Highland, they've got Pinnacle, Chaparral, of course, Brophy. I really think, though, if Saguaro loses one of those next games, they are out of the open division. I don't think those SaberCats have a lot of wiggle room at this point anymore. Yes, their schedule is difficult. Yes, they started with Bergen Catholic, one of the top teams in the nation, although they did fall a little bit in the rankings now. I don't know how much that loss is going to hurt or help Saguaro, so I really think that the SaberCats have to win out from here, or else they're going to find themselves in 6A, much like Highland was last year.
Eric?
Yeah, Brad, they're out of mulligans. I think, as Zach said, 3 is the max. And looking ahead to their schedule, I think it was front-loaded pretty heavily. The back half seems more negotiable. But we all saw what happened last year against Chaparral. And although Chap is down, it's a rivalry game. You never know. Desert Edge is a solid team. Highland isn't quite as strong offensively as they have been in the past. But what helps Saguaro, too, is, as we've seen in the past, you have the top 4 or 5 that are really dominant. And then 6, 7, 8 it's just not as strong. So if Saguaro ends up as like a 7 and they get a rematch with Liberty, I'd love to see that game coming down the line in December.
You were there, Eric, on the sideline for Liberty. You've seen them now in person. They have Basha this Friday night in a huge game. Are they legit, Liberty?
So legit. So legit. Pass the eyeball test. You know, I was talking to Cody Cameron and he made some great points. The one of which was, they don't put themselves in position offensively to fail. They were in 3rd and 2 and 3rd and 3 pretty much the entire game. And when you look at them, Brad, just from a physical standpoint, when they ran out before the game and when Saguaro ran out before the game, Liberty was the team that caught my attention. Usually it's Saguaro.
Good stuff there. Open division, Zach. Who are your great 8? We'll call them elite. We're here early October. Who's in the open from your view right now?
So no particular order. I think you have to go Chandler, Basha, Hamilton, the 3 top Premier Region teams. I do think you sneak Castile in there as well, added 4th one. Beyond that, I do think Saguaro still gets into the open. I don't see Saguaro losing out, especially after losing 2 in a row. That's not like Jason Mons to do that. And then I think you have to throw in, obviously, Liberty. You have to put in maybe a Centennial. And then the last but not least, Desert Mountain. I really think the Wolves are going to run the table at this point, especially if they beat Notre Dame Prep this Friday.
Got anything there, Eric? You look at and say, no, or those are the 8 for you?
Not exactly the 8, pretty close. I love Desert Mountain coming in right now. I have them as the 8 seed, 5-0. Under Conrad Hamilton, he's done an unbelievable job. I think Highland is still a team that could make the 8. Again, it goes back to what we've talked about in the past. The schedule's so tough. At some point, you have to let the Hawks break through, and they have some really tough games ahead, but they're a team that I have right now slotted down at 6 or 7.
I'm sitting here and I've got a son on the team at Castile. Full disclosure, guilty as charged or not, I'm being a high school dad. Castile hosting Chandler this Friday night. You got Dylan Raiola on one side, but look out for Landon Jury at quarterback over at Castile, being slept on. Not much college buzz yet, but it's coming. Landon Jury, a name to remember. I think Centennial's got to be considered for this as well, both you guys on that front. And Desert Mountain, but Castile against Chandler, Basha, Liberty. Huge Friday night. That's this week's Audibles. Now time for Coops Chronicles.